Hi, everybody. My name is Beth Kuchenberger, and I'm the Executive Director of Back to Back Ministries. It's my privilege this week to introduce you to lots of my friends. This is Asher. And Asher, all these guys call me Beth, but what do you call me?
Aunt Beth.
You call me Aunt Beth because you're my nephew, aren't you? And Asher is a part of our family, and it's through his story that I felt inspired to tell more stories like Asher's. That includes the story of Ben and Joseph because they too have been adopted like you have been. Where are you adopted from?
Ethiopia.
That's right, from Ethiopia. But you probably don't even remember all of that, right? You just remember being here. I'm going to start by asking you, how old are you?
7.
You're 7? So you're high school? What grade are you going to be in next year?
2nd.
You're going to be in 2nd grade. What's your favorite club subject in school?
Math and science.
Math and science. Why do you like science so much? You like to blow things up? Yeah. Well, these guys that are watching us, they're at Vacation Bible School. Have you ever gone to Vacation Bible School at your church? Yeah, it was kind of fun. You play games and you sing, and there's always a snack and lots of stories. What's your favorite story from the Bible to learn about?
David and Goliath.
You like the David and Goliath story? Who wins in that story?
David.
He does, because who is always with David?
Jesus.
That's right. And when Jesus is with us, we always win, don't we? Well, today and the rest of this week, we're going to tell these guys another story about when Jesus won, when he came through for 2 people that you and I both know and love, Ben and Joseph. So we look forward to seeing you this week at Vacation Bible School, where you will learn to serve with a purpose. I'm going to introduce you to some of my friends. 2 of them are named Ben and Joseph, and they live here in Indiana. But they both started their life on the other side of the planet, in the continent of Africa, in a country called Ethiopia. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me start at the beginning of the story. There was a woman named Desta. Desta was pregnant with a new baby and had a very active toddler who was just learning to walk and was getting into things all over the place. In order to support her little son and herself, Desta made bread, a special kind of bread they eat in Ethiopia called injera bread. She was encouraging this little boy to walk more and more on his own because every day she had to carry the ingredients for the injera bread, the baby in her belly, and this young boy up and down the stairs of her apartment. She wonders as her belly gets heavier and those ingredients get harder and harder to carry back and forth from the market to her home, and her son becomes more and more active. How is it that she's going to continue to be able to do this on her own? Meanwhile, I want to introduce you to some other friends of mine. They live right here in Indiana. They're a mom and a dad, and they have 3 little babies. But when that mom was your age, back when she was a child, God planted into her heart a seed for Africa, the desire to do something for someone on the other side of her world. She wasn't sure what that was going to look like. She didn't know when or why or how, but she knew that God was faithful, and the seed he planted in her was going to one day happen. She talked to her husband, I know we have these little babies, but please will you pray with me? Let's pray about how God could use us in Africa. So they bowed their heads and asked him, we are available. How and where would you like to use us?
What will happen to Desta and his son? What about the family in Indiana? Come back next time to find out.